Hey guys, Cardfight Maestro back again. This time I'm going to be showing you my Nectar Arboros Dragon Sephirot build as requested on my Pelennor video. I'm just going to get straight into it. It's a ride chain deck and I find it an incredibly consistent deck, and it's a shame it doesn't do more, but the way to defeat the deck is incredibly obvious, but I'll go through that as we make it through the discussion. Your starter obviously is a grade 0 ride chain, Arboros Dragon Ratoon. Forerunner if you don't get the ride chain off. If you do, check the top 7 cards of your deck, search for one of the grade 2 or 3s and add it to your hand. It's integral to the deck, and that's basically it. And for my trigger lineup, I run 2 Dancing Sunflower draws and 2 4-leaf fairy draws. I run 2 of each because it makes the opponent sometimes think that you run more draws, maybe 4 of each, but I honestly like the art of Dancing Sunflower, and I couldn't find 4 as well, which is another small reason. For my heals, same problem I had with the draws. I didn't have 4 Sweet Honeys, so I'm making up with it with 2 Hibiscus, Musketeer, Hanah. What can you do? And then criticals, I run 8 of these. 4 Night Queen Musketeer Daniel and 4 Chestnut Bullet. They're both 5k triggers, very standard. So that's my trigger lineup. Now for my grade 1s, the grade 1 of a ride chain, Arboros Dragon Branch. It's plus 1k if you have Ratoon in your soul. And when the grade 2 rides over it, you can choose one of your rear guards, search your deck for another copy, and superior call it. So it's integral to try and get the superior ride off because you're gaining free advantage. I try and clone boosters if I don't have one of my grade 2s that I like to clone, but it all combos well. Next, 4 perfect guard. I'm a huge believer that 4 is the best amount. It's a bit insane to run less than 4, except in one build. I used to run a Spike Brothers build where I didn't run any, and I tested 1, 2 and 3, but that's for another day. Next is 4 Corolla Dragon. It's 8k vanilla. With Sephirot you can turn it into an 11k booster as long as you've got more than 1. Oops. And finally I run 3 copies of Caramel Popcorn. In this build you won't see me running any grade 1, 2 or 3s as a one-off because of the synergy that cards have with the Arboros Dragon Sephirot. You need more than 1 copy of it on the board at a time. So 3 Caramel Popcorn instead 7k vanilla, Counterblast 1 plus 1k. Just gives you options. You don't use Counterblast very often in this deck, so Caramel Popcorn is just one more option. Grade 2s, 4 of a ride chain, Arboros Dragon Timber. When it's the same as before, if you ride it over the grade, if you ride with grade 3 over it, you get to clone a rear guard. It's a free advantage engine, and it helps with the Sephirot by getting units with the same name, and it gets plus 1k if you have a grade 1 in soul. Very standard. Next is what I tend to try and spend my counterblast on. There's 4 Maiden of Rainbow Wood and 3 Glass Beads Dragon. These are very standard 9k's counterblast 2 when the attack hits. If you have a Nectar Vanguard, pay the cost. If you do, draw a card. Like I said when I spoke about Caramel Popcorn, you very rarely use counterblast. I try and have a field, if I can't have it full of Sephirots and same name boosters, I try and have a Sephirot and 2 of these or 2 of these. Because once you use Sephirot's Limit Break, it turns these into a 12k as long as you've got another one on field. And if you've got same name boosters, ideally Corolla Dragon, they'll be at 11k, so you're going to be hitting for 23k. That's a 15k guard on a cross ride. You keep pressuring like that every turn, your opponent is going to start letting you hit sooner or later. And that's my grade 2s. I run 11 of them. And finally my grade 3s. You've got to run it for Arboros Dragon Sephirot. It's actually one of my favourite cards due to the simplicity of the ability. Limit break 4, no cost. All of your Nectars get continuous rear guard and Vanguard circle During your turn, if you have a unit with the same name as this one on your Vanguard or Rearguard circle, this unit gains plus 3k. So if you have a field set up like this, Rearguard, Vanguard, Rearguard, and just an example, you probably will never have this field, but you use his limit break, all your Calamar popcorns will turn into 10ks, all of these will turn into 13ks, 23k. Like I said, forcing 15k guard out of cross rides is never bad. The reason why I believe this deck doesn't do quite so well though is because of the simplicity of it. You need to have units with the same name, so if they keep pressuring your rear guards, sooner or later you're going to run out of resources. You don't want to overguard your rear guards too much. I tend to try and guard my rear guards just as much as my Vanguard in this deck. Try and get to 4 damage quite early in the game and then hold myself now. I try not to hit the 5th or 6th, obviously, because you don't want to lose. But as soon as you get an optimal field, your opponent's going to start using whatever they can to get rid of your rear guards. If they're using retiring effects to get rid of your rear guards, if they're just going to push resources into attacking them, it's just going to happen, and it's a shame really, because this card is actually really good. And my backup grade 3 is 3 copies of Maiden of Trailing Rose. This is an 11k, so it's good. I have had times when I've had Sephirot and 2 of these out. Turning them into 14ks is never bad. It's the optimal backup in my opinion for Sephirot. If you don't get the ride chain off, or you do and you don't get the Sephirot, you can ride this. His ability is not a limit break, Counterblast 1 and Persona Blast. When this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck, search for up to 2 Neo Nectars from among them, and call them to separate rearguard circles and then shuffle your deck. What I like about this is they don't have to be open rearguard circles. I've had experiences in the past when I've had a column a bit like this. So my field, I had a booster, so I'll just put another Calamar popcorn behind and another row here, so this will do. I've attacked with this one before. They didn't let me hit. I attacked with this. They let me hit. I pay the cost for Maiden of Trailing Rose, Persona Blast. Look at top 5 and just call it straight on top of these. It doesn't say open, so you just call it on top of, get rid of those 2, and you get another column to attack with. It's just a generally good card. I think once Neo Nectar get a break ride or cross ride, I think it will be for this over Sephirot or a Musketeer. But that's just my current thought of the game and what level we're going to take Neo Nectar to. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been my Arboros Dragon Sephirot deck. I hope it's been informative and such. If you have a request for a deck profile, I've got most cards in the game and can build almost any deck. There's one deck I'm not ready to show you guys yet, and that's Aqua Force, because I'm just not happy with it. But as soon as that's ready, I'll show you it. So please make sure to comment if you like the video. If you want me to send you a message about how to play this deck, if you need any help, just let me know. And please comment, keep subscribing, guys. It's great that you're watching my videos, and please leave a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.